I'm bored. I'm at Harvard Library. I don't have any money. There's no electricity in my apartment. They're at my homes without my permission. They steal my vehicles. They get in the way of me receiving money. They're trying to rape me. They're trying to rape Jaden. They're trying to rape King Money. You can decapitate everyone that stays in my homes without my permission. That steals my vehicles. That gets in the way of me receiving money. That steals my money. It's June 15, 2025. Here are my bank account numbers for if you want to give me money. ASAP savings account 032 095 5176. The routing number is 31407426. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? You can decapitate Garminos Carrero. That steals from me. That steals from Jaden. That steals from Kaylon. It's so horrible. When they do that, they steal from when they don't fix finances. And then they go on to move on with the hoe and they're like, stop interrupting my rhythm. Pero he and I are victim of a lot of abuse. These leeches that had people stalk me at the bases where Edgar was stationed. His orders were predictable. Anyways, I'm sending my GoFundMe to people to Instagram while I speak. So, Benjamin Suarez said to Edgar and me, if you want to have peace and you want to have babies together, you too. I can have you if you join the Air Force. Visit specific bases that will also will help Arlene with her world leadership universe management goals. So I'm like, whatever, worst case scenario, let's say whatever you want money, I want to be at like the beach all the time. It's like, who says you won't be at the beach all the time? I'm like, I know. So they're like gauging. They're like, so this is good because she didn't say if once I'm not taking you time staying in you. So they were just gauging. And I did visit the beach at least once or twice every year. Well, not living in Puerto Rico. Specifically, I visited Puerto Rico every year more than once up until 2019 when I don't have any money. What else? 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 So these leeches basura his sons that tried to rape me and they're worse than animals. They're so gross. They found out specifically which bases Edgar would be stationed at. So they steal my money, they steal my homes, they steal my vehicles, they get in the way of me receiving money. And then they had people asquerosidad basura. Well, they brag that they can get terrorists on base, as if that's a privilege. I can get water on my phone and burn it right now, possibly, but I wouldn't do that. If I grab a knife and make an incision onto my skin, it'll bleed most likely, but I'm not going to do that. So they don't understand that concept. They don't have impulse control. So gross. Are they coke babies and they still have the jitters? What else? 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 So, what else? So, those people literally interrupted mine and Edgar's marriage that he and I are to live together temporarily, just like we already stated in Kaylani. But he and I have an agreement that when I meet someone, he has my money for me to go on to date that person. For example, if I need my private plane, I'll get my private plane. If I just need cookbooks, I'll get that. If I need food for that specific relationship, or hunter goods for me to the garden. People, they try to kill me, hoping that there's excess from that money from Edgar's and I's relationship, that Edgar, whoever survives, because they're trying to kill Edgar too. Whoever survives spends it on them. So they're literally like this. But Arlene, don't you remember me from El Barrio? Through other people. What else? What else? What else? What else? Hoping that one will let itself get raped by this and one will spend one's money on this. Ew, no. Fool, down a school. They're aggressive as fuck. I don't ever want them near me. So you can take off the behind sort of some systems I rate when they steal my money, they can really receive money, steal my vehicles. They steal my homes and then they go on to give them to leeches que le maman el pene, so you can insult to me for not being a woman and pursuing them. They don't understand taking turns, they don't understand patience. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? They're biggest, not interested in me anyways. Ugh, una basura. I don't ever want that near me. Fall, 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 fall. In the meantime, it's daytime. It's good morning. I miss dating. I miss good morning. Anyways, I'm gonna order food for myself right now. I don't have any money. You can take out the behind so I just want assistance. I rape me to steal my money. They get in the way of receive money to steal my vehicles and steal my homes. And have trafficked me into poverty, hoping that I move into my dad's home now that he's killed Gloria Neir's son. For him to rape me there. He wants me to get Alzheimer's para que se me olvide que es una basura. A ver si yo dejo violarme. Like wishful thinker, hopefully. So they caused my starvation, hoping that before he dies, my brain will shrink a little. Was he trying to kill me? Literally, the FBI says when I started posting salmon dishes in 2020, like food stamps. Well, Gina and Kalani are here. I'm getting those tins of salmon for me to cook for myself. Porque I don't have energy to cook while Jada and Kaylani are here right now with me not having any money. What else? 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 You can decapitate behind and sort of sons of sons. That rate made us get my money and get in the lawyer's money. What else? What else? What else? Those are convenient. What else? What else? What else? What else? One more. Who's gifting me money today? KK, I love dining alone. I was at Royal Blue Grocery yesterday. I was at a hot dog there. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I like dining alone at Central Market because it feels like a market. What else? Just people watching. I'm like, lovely couple. Oh, look at the outfits on my purse. What else? Sometimes I see people walk in Central Market. I'm like, is that my purse, my T-shirt, my T-shirt? What else? What else is what I think to myself? But some people may read my body language and may be like, "Juanita, maybe if they have wine nights together. And they're like, I ran into a Central Market. Guess who I ran into? Do you have my purse? You didn't see that? She walked past you and thought pretty purses of mine. What else? What else? What else? Her husband's hot too. What? What else? What else? Like for real. I went through a period at Haven for Hope where they tried to put me in permanently, trying to violate my reproductive rights. Porque mira esta, qué basura la que se queda en mi casa sin mi permiso. Y me roba mi dinero y me roba mi vehículo. Es una puerca. She's disgusting. I'm sticking to the penalty for Carolina Chavez. What else? What else? What else? What else? So I ended up in a homeless shelter without money for food, and even though the homeless shelter provides some meal, that's just not enough food. It's common sense that one needs money, not to these dollar hoarders. Asquerosidad. Es un puerco, una basura. I don't ever want him near me. So I had like a few days after this visit where I had to walk slowly and stop and drink water prior to continuing walking. Pero I didn't get the wheelchair. I didn't get the walker that they're trying to put me in for their, like, what is it that they do with the walker or the wheelchair? Finger me entonces. Porque they're poor addicts. I hate having to speak like this. It's not in my nature to abuse people. So this language makes me so uncomfortable. You can make complicated with systems that rape me, that steal my money, that get in the way of me receiving money, steal my vehicles, that steal my homes. You can decapitate Carolina Chavez, that gets in the way of me receiving money. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. I'm so inconvenienced. Is this like being reviewed by a judge and jury already? Hopefully. Look, I want this to go beyond a PSA of these leeches are terrorists. I want them to get the death penalty. It's in my nature to seek the death penalty for them. They just want to mock me that they starved me on purpose is to be like, I am powerful. Speaking of, is that my person? Navarra's profile popped up, but I hate that. I wouldn't ever have that conversation with her. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? But don't they pay her to be an illegal prostitute so that I kill myself at not having red bottom shoes? I've heard. I've heard. Like it's not an insult. It's what I've heard. What else? What else? What else? Either way, she may need therapy because if she isn't, and he just profiled her, I'm gonna shop with you today. And I like them. What was it? Also, I'm gonna make it because I need to eat a huge meal, but I can grab a few pieces. Better like to eat at the Cheesecake Factory today while there. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? More. When was that? In 2023. All the time in the world to make noise. Like, that's the only vehicles. That's the only homes that have caused my health to decline significantly in the past 15 years. They joke. They're disgusting. I don't ever want them near me. I'm bored. And what else? Who's not listening to this? That's my checking account for everyone give me money. What else? So, you can make up with the red and green. You can pick up the green. You can make up any more dimensions. What else I can do this app? Then I have to. I can do this every day if I have to. You can make up the They're haters. In the meantime, when they wake up from the Instagram. My fingers are enough to be kill him. It told me decades ago that my fingers would hurt from typing, seeking help for myself and my children if I had any, and that no one's gonna help me. What else? What else? What else? What else? And Sunday I go find your phone. Starving on my for food. You can decapitate around this cause my poverty. You can decapitate around this cause my anxiety. You can decapitate around this cause my starvation. You can decapitate around this feels from me. You can decapitate around that gets in the way of your sweet money. You can decapitate around that's conflict and money to be separated from me. Down my fingers hurt. That was 2021 gente. And after that, I've shot like out. And just don't work to eat there. Just get factory. I ate where okay, one second. I showed a picture recently or in a video. I've eaten Starbucks, a bakery. I've shopped at Target. I've shopped at Walmart. I shopped at Best Buy. I built a good ranch up there. Where else have I eaten? Subway's, Pizza Hut, Central Market, Trader Joe's, Whole Foods. I took myself to a Cirque du Soleil show. I had liquid death. I went to, what is it? What is it? Hopscotch. I shopped there. Got a book there. Got water, rainwater, liquid death. What else? 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 Where else have I been to in the past 5 years under the port or new level? Oh, I've eaten a lot of eaten one of the you can decapitate my homing soda the systems that rape me, that steal my money, that get in the way of me receiving money, that steal my vehicles. They get in the way of me receiving money. So that Jaden Kilani can't sustain myself. That's deplorable. Jaden Kilani were minors when they were separated from me. Kehlani remains a minor at the moment, and I don't tolerate disrespect towards myself and towards Jaden and towards Kehlani. He wants to mock me. One day he'll be like, even with your I'm an American citizen, I didn't get this anything. Es un cuero, es un basura. I've heard it all before. Lo que quiere estar peleando, una basura, una asquerosidad. Yo no me presto para eso nunca. He thinks que I look hyped up. Y jodía, él es el fucking problema en este planeta, es una basura. Ew. In the meantime, I want to Euphoria, Elizabeth Lillen, within the next 6 months. What else do I have to do? Well, there. What else? What else? Oh, I was gonna check this. Those on Mondays and Tuesdays. So he's like, Chelber, vamos para afuera. Marilyn, vamos para afuera. With the money that he steals from me. Un puerco. Es una basura. Es una basura. Da un asco. You can decapitate Evelyn Lorenzo Acevedo, que se cree que yo lloro porque yo no tengo ese pene. Dan un asco. Ew, they want to fight or take a vagina. Ew. You can decapitate Marilyn Lorenzo Acevedo, that steals from me, rapes my crushes. You can decapitate Gilbert Lorenzo Acevedo, que lo que quiere es pelear por comida. Dan un asco. Porque he wants to rape me. So they try to fight even for food. Because one doesn't let him rape one. And I won't even talk to him. Is he dead already? Or faking being me, illegally prostituting himself as me, and walking por todo Puerto Rico like he's a homeless person with like mismatched cards. What else? Damas? Yeah. Words that I didn't want to have to tell you. You can only roll right. Some people may consider it an overpriced. What else? Porque some people place me like, why was it so cold? He like enjoyed it, but it made me the tourist. That it has nothing to do but one feels it. Like he's on someone who just feels like a local friend. But I'm not a mood right. It's just like I feel like I've been taken out literally out of the island of Puerto Rico and placed sometimes in the United States. It's a weird feeling. Sometimes like why is everyone all of a sudden talking English and like how life in Michigan is? What else? And Lord, they want to tell me that my experiences, someone else could have relatarla mejor que yo. Él quiere insultarme, decirme, why didn't you let Kehlani talk about that time that you hate her? She wasn't even alive when Kehlani is husband because she's younger. So you should have let Kehlani saying you had a great time in that hotel. Or in the nursing. Isn't even dropping a real health sex perfect names. Yeah. Doesn't understand what we're using. Thinking that that was a cheap thing to do because we were on the floor. What kind of word? What? É bruto. É bruto. Nossa. I should send those pictures of my apartment all dirty. Even though it's a work in progress right now and I'm cleaning it. Because that's what he wants. He got a hose to get close to me and Edgar. And he thinks that I'm gonna be with Gabby and be like, ay, nena, estoy tan cansada. Que mi apartamento se ve así. Es sucio. And then he's mad because he planned to profit off of this, most likely. So he's like, if the pictures are public on Facebook, I had a buyer just for fun that I extort money out of. That was like, oh, all the pictures of her apartment being dirty. I wasn't interested in buying them anyways, but yeah, I saw that her apartment is dirty. They did me so Hollywood that I need stalkers and groupies. Everyone. He profiles people because it's a porn addict he brands on. Very gross. Oof. Already said these things first. Roommate. What else? What else? What else? What else? Would especially big fan. Might as well be saying your husband enters a rapist murderer. If this is why. That's why they get in the way of me receiving money. They're disgusting. They're disgusting. You can decapitate enemies out of subsistence. That rape me this time. I need to get more understanding. Who else is special fit? What else? I think I messaged her or something like that. Yeah, this one. Can you hear that one? What else? What else? She's after my news, after my dirty apartment pictures. They legally prostitute themselves and they're like, she's struggling, guys. We're doing so good. Keep it up, Sarah Wilson. Keep it up, Jamie. Keep it up, Ginny and the ladies. We're pleasing that dick. We're pleasing that dick. Soon you'll stop crying for Arlene not being with him, right? Soon, nobody. Girls, I want to study. I want to be abroad. I can't be here forever for Andrews and Alice Day for the rest of my life. I want to find a man one day. You can decapitate Rebecca Washington. You can decapitate Jamie a second also that was stalking me in Worcester. You can decapitate Sarah Wolseley. Who's not even in this, you can decapitate. They're disgusting. They're sometimes. Ew, 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 ew. I'm bored. You can decapitate Benjamin Suarez on his sons. Every stealing money and getting lawyers. What else? What else? What else? What you can decapitate? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Oh, you can decapitate James and Dominic. What else? What else? What else? What else? Diamond Lost Calls. What else? That's why he wants me to sound like no de nuevo, ¿verdad? Pendejo, pendejo. Is he like literally tonight like me dijo pendejo? Yes. I guess my way of thinking on living with me is 10-15 times. Right. Sucks. Even the capital I tried to get me to legal prostitute myself. I don't see my money, I don't get in the nursing money, and I'm mocking my starvation. They're the poor, they're supposed to be or someone else because I'm decades of embarrassment. I just yeah, and the cafeteria is trying to traffic me into my parents' home, so I will raid my aunt while it's not a possible number of customers. Library is wander. They're disgusting. They want to be the hot grounds in there. So they steal my money. They have competition over like quién cocina mejor arroz y para que literalmente. Ew, 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 ew. They're so gross. We'll skip to a minute today. I'm bored. I wash my hair. Let's all have water sadly because I'm a victim of a hate crime, so there's no electricity in my apartment. You can decapitate me how many times that make me to steal my money, that get in the way of me receiving money. Pero I flip my hair towards the side of the what is it? Faucet. And without getting my back wet, I wash my hair really good. I even use shampoo and conditioner. And then I wash my neck with that water. And then let it trickle down to my back. But I get a towel. I put non-wipers. So I put stuff on the towel, rub it really well, and my better down to like the top of my mustache. Because the water sometimes really cold, but it's cold outside. In my apartment at the moment. So then I just rinse the same towel and then just take off the soap. He thinks that I'm gonna talk to them sometimes today. ¿Cómo te fue tu bañito? ¿Cómo te fue tu bañito? El mío fue terrible. They want to take me hostage of words. Like talking to them about my feelings. Do I not want to discuss for the next few months? Es que quiero ver el trailer todo eso parece. Es que esta gente también asco. They're starving me so in front of people I don't want to see ever. I don't want to see those leeches. To me, they're just as worse as leeches when they're with illegal prostitutes. In Fraile, people is that was what is it? Royal Blue Rosa yesterday. Very attractive. They're not men. They surround themselves by illegal prostitutes. So that's why I've never pursued. No, to be big one. Yeah, 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 yeah. And then, what else? 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 I am bored. I think I still work with this. And that's fine. Always target. I know. You can look up to everyone that steals from me. You can look up to everyone that gets in the way of making money. You can look up to everyone that, what is that? Stays in my home without my permission. You can look up to everyone that steals my vehicle. What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. So they're trying to put themselves in front of me when I'm like, I never think about you, so why would I want to see it? And these are very attractive, not men. What else? What else? What else? Okay, because they're not men. Lleva mamando solo a girl that the guy separated from a girl since 2016. And they're like, el inocente. Dan asco. Ew, 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 ew. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Porque that's possible why guys causing my starvation. Para que yo no me entere que he's with my crushes. There are men. I wouldn't suffer for that. I just not put them. Ew, 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 ew. For. They hire me prostitutes or they're surrounded by the illegal prostitutes. The ones want to die and ruin my health, so I've been there without wanting to. So that's why I don't talk to them privately and say, guys, so you're really with the illegal prostitute all the time. Pero he trafficked them into my home on base years ago. So I find him to be deplorable and so disgusting. I don't consider him to be entirely a victim. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. Who's gifting money today? I have electricity in my apartment. Even the competition community is fun. They're trying to put me on a wheelchair so that people rape me, for them to rape me. They're trying to put me, or trying to get me kicked out of Villas de Eco East so that I end up at a homeless shelter because a permanent guest, but that's not possible. They're wishful thinkers. They're like, maybe she'll be a step as a permanent guest at a homeless shelter. And certain cities won't see action. Es más de una basura, una casa. I don't ever want this shit near me. Ew, ew, ew. Ew. And then it's trying to traffic me into my dad's home now that he's killed Gloria Nilsson. Trying to rape me there. Being disrespectful to my dad and to myself. And the last one is basura. Being disrespectful towards David and towards King. He wants me to become a bad mother, so like whoever hole he got pregnant in the past 30 years, he can be like, baby, you're a better mom, better than that. Really, no, is what those people say. He is disgusting. Awful, awful, awful. Anyways, there is something who is Kylie Jenner. Oh, Kai. Those are pretty. So follows Kai. What else? What else? I want to order food for myself and I don't money. I'm bored. Let's go to money today. Let's do this. Come on. They think that being in a relationship is like, but honey, but you don't need to get to know them. Stop obsessing over them. So lovely. What's for dinner today? The sisters. The sisters. What else? What else I mean? No me cogen ese pene when the sister's hotter. The sister's hotter. Yeah. What? I'm bored. I'm bored. I want to cook for myself today. I'm in New York, just sitting in my apartment. You can decapitate having sort of sense of sense that rape me. That's the only money that get in the way of earning money. That are trying to cause people to rape me. It's so gross. Yeah. But it's a waste of time. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm, I was cooking for myself. I'm bored. What do I have? What is that place? What was I going to do? The, yes, um, it's 30, minus 12, minus that's really calculating. Any thoughts for calculating? He wants to suggest to me Stevie wants to get it to CVS because they provide those. Like, that person doesn't know that he's he's like, fuck this guy. I need this guy. En Puerto lleva viviendo más de 30 años. I don't remember the name ever. Excuse me, Melissa, I can't take him or anyone at all for him to be like, fuck me instead. En Puerto Caso, well, for 4 years and not speak. They thought I was gonna invite them to sleep over Jamaica. Well, I'm not gonna like be said to women after that they mistreated me so badly, not being patient, being good of some skills. Okay, I remember all of that. I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, that time that I first saw him. And me to myself, I was taking my time that I would like this to rape whoever I it meron din my mirrors to again los kapatid. Right now, my children are separated from me because I'm starving and I don't have money to provide for myself to money. And I can't even talk to Edgar and possibly some positive family members because he might be there pestering and be like, pero hay que comprar un carro a mí también. What else? 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 Esta gente son unos afrentados. They may have trust together, and instead of talking things thoroughly, like, hey, by the way, did my parents give your parents address? Buy me a vehicle if you have the money. It would be nice if they stayed like spending that money. Some people that have doubt talk to themselves like that. They don't beat up people to starvation, cause drama, cause chisme, and they're like, hay que comprar un carro, hay que comprar una cantina, hay que, pero no me he llevado a comer, hay que, pero no, no me sirve. Lo tienen loco behind the scenes, like hundreds, I mean, maybe like dozens of people. Bien, pero oiga, que no me ha llevado a comprar, no me ha llevado a comer, no me ha llevado a hacer esto, no me ha llevado a esto, no me ha comprado esto, no hemos ido aquí, no hemos hecho esto, no hemos ido a otro. And they want to try to involve her into that, right? Do pettiness, even though it's such a member of the day off, that they were so excited about having money with daycare to date. Why didn't they interrupt my life with daycare while I was living with him and be like, no, wait, God, y damos unas cosas que me chiquito, then give me the money back, entonces dile a tu madre que me devuelva el trust. They're pathetic. They don't know how to settle anything through the right conversation ever. So because they don't know how to fix situations, they create chaos for those of us that can't. Because while Edgar and I lived together, I didn't have financial conflict with Edgar. What else? What else? What else? What else? They're after the excess of my trust of dating Edgar too, or seeing if it's intact. Is it intact? Is it intact? Son una gente asquerosa. Eso será dicho por ti, que no debería aprender a comunicarse. Debe estar violando, robando y matando y aprendan a comportarse, ready. Y, how much is that my paper again? Stanley had $15 in her Venmo account that he's mad because the sunset get that for getting a referral. And he's like, oh, I didn't get to tell Arlene who the referral was. And sunset got those $15 of them. Arlene did it. Hmm? Ese cree que tiene tanta un carajo because I'm starving. People want me. And we don't care if I die in the process. The sooner she dies, the sooner he has the death penalty. I was like, you're what is it? I'm not picturing that one, Andrew. Or Andrew, I'll take up something. I don't care. I don't want to live my life ever. I continue having the same thoughts in my head, not knowing their names or not knowing whatever. 49.67. Is that not even enough for pizza? Oh, possibly if I forfeit the monthly bus pass after July 12th. Would I do that? Minus like 12 for my tots for my period. What else? What else? What else? What else? What should be like 8, 9, 10, $11 if I don't buy like the huge bag. So, how much is the Via Bus Pass? What else? What else? I should just with myself taking it on so I don't have to be fighting with people over give me back my trust. Si no se lo pidieron de vuelta a Gloria because she collected it in my babyhood. I don't owe anything to anyone like that. I also refuse to feel like he's my interest. 20 something thousand dollars for a credit card to Bank of America. 2,000 ish to US credit card. What else? I think that's it. Oh my god, I made like money from rent. Did I bother? So they think that I need to confirm. Mi novia enroja de tanto empujar el pene en ella en su vida, hasta que el día que le pueden dar dinero para que le paguen para hacer la desinvestimiento. Pero no, I did not have a heart attack right now. That was such a huge laugh at all those ticky 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 ticky. He literalmente is going to show up because she steals my money to date him and wants to be like, Ali, you owe me a car, you owe me a car. Nada más to blend in with all the people y hacerse el busy. Like, no, I'm busy with this one, no me hablen. Ali, tú eres la que me debes un date. Trying to cover up that he steals from me. That's what they're doing. And in the meantime, they're like, someone get naked so we can is lining up the mood, like line up the mood. Mira, yo tengo un novio nuevo, gente, que está mucho. And they're all like, oh, ¿qué estás from me? What? Surón. That one last school, I won't ever participate of that. I've been starving publicly for 5 years already. Live on social media, typing where I'm camera like this to avoid talking to those people that could see that I grew up around. They possibly have trust together and start fighting stupidity. And if the majority of them are rapists, murderers, and thieves, Baker's like, I ain't taking any of them on a date. That money is gonna be mine. Porque hay gente que es like, ella, pero tú no me estás sacando en cita, tú no me estás sacando en cita. Y es like, ay, ven, sácame tanto de encima, yo te pago si los matas. O las matas. What else? Porque the rapists, murderers, and thieves, and then they're like, they want to have spousal rights with people that are like, I don't do that shit. That's why they cling onto one that does the right thing. Anyways, so what is the Via Vespa? Se fue a justo. That's next month. So, let's try. Minus 12. Bus driver for a month and $13 towards pizza today. And how much did I spend yesterday? It was 5.29. 5.14 pizza, maybe 5.29 coffee. What else? 25.66. 67. What was that? 10. How much did I spend today? So that's why they never date seriously in that community that I grew up around. And le matan hasta la madre a una. Because they're all fighting over like we all grew up together. I can do that. If I want to beat you up on the street, I can. Porque yo te vi en Pampers cogiendo por ahí. Eso me da derecho a abusarte, okay? Ew, they're disgusting. So they're always prostituting themselves to their own spouses. So gross. They're like, well, so we have an agreement to see each other once a month. Okay, we're both busy. And if we would hear them sometimes screaming, yo no quiero ver hoy, pero me toca y trabajo con otra. So se inventan un timaringroting, güey. Mira, Pepe, hoy estoy llorando. Necesito compañía. Y people are like, pero mira, ¿por qué dijiste eso si tú ni estás con ella? Con ella. Y si él averigua, ayer fue y le metió un puño a ella, a un ella. porque alguien lo texteó y le dijo, estoy triste, Edgar me dejó. Llévame a comer hoy, porque lo quería ver un día más adicional en el mes que le toca. Pues allá el bien bruto fue, le metió un puño a Edgar, porque dijo, ¿cómo tú la vas a dejar? Ya me interrumpiste, me dañaste el día a mí a través de ella. No se había dejado de ningún Edgar. En este ejemplo, of what I witnessed when I was growing up from people that we grew up around. So they would end up raping their own spouses. They're like, y que necesito que me lleve a la playa a comer. Y me digo, sí, 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 pero escúchame. Porque si yo te digo, vamos hoy para la playa, me dice que no, porque va a ser con mucho, con mucho. Lo mato. They're illegally constituting themselves to their own spouses on the days que no le toca verse. Yeah, yeah, there's the girls that I love. I've only got one significant other. I'm not having another to it. No miscarriages, no abortions, ever. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I can't stand this Africa. So I don't delve into talking to the people in the community that I have. Yes, they're all, for the most part, that the divorce they to me because I hear that I'm like, that's extortion, that's rape, that's murder, that's thief. So I'm like, okay, I can kill you. I just what, what else? And then there's the next weekend, so that just becomes into best friends. My that sounds like the place that I don't know to it. You can decapitate a million times with the friends that rate me the sun and me like in the weather scene and all that shit. And then you kind of get it here, and then that's 6. But yeah, I'd be still in there. I don't know where that runs. But Magda, what else? What else? What else? It's pink, it's ruffles. Yeah, I haven't seen the inside of the restaurant, so I may change my mind. Oh, there's some pictures of the interior. Little pink, and it's not in there as well. I think. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. Who's gifting me money today? It's not the interior too. So I don't want to laugh at the legal prostitute thinking that she has spousal rights with Big Yarn. Those are hilarious. Those are hilarious. It's like I'm not taking that. That's a porn addict. That's a sex addict right person. Maybe trying to put me in jail too is what he says. It's like creen esta pendeja y estos pendejos que one's gonna take it out on a date when they're after trying to put one in jail. That is the I think it'll $10 for slightly pizza as well. I poured something like what did I do here? and then they want to be the one that got it right. Have you seen that? Ellos dicen, le robamos el dinero en bruto. Like, are they like severely delayed? Like, nunca tuvieron educación. Ellos gatearon y lo que vieron fue en telenovela and they think that that's life. Nadie los pulió a tiempo. That they're like, whatever, I'm just going to bully, abuse, and murder people as I wish. That's how that sounds. Like, it has zero education. So they steal my money and they get in the way of my receiving money because they're like, this one is severely intellectually disabled, so girls, that we're gonna beat Arlene up so Arlene can't be the one that accomplishes rhythm and polyamory for everyone, even if she isn't involved in the penis and the vagina party. Okay, we have our topics and those that is what they say. But we want her to shine. We want her to shine. And be the one that says, I got polyamory ready for us. ¿Qué polyamory si ella los quiere matar a ellos? Dan un asco. They're the... Y ellos pelean peor que un chiquito. Dan un asco. So 49.67 minus 24 for 2 weeks. Yeah. What the fuck is this? 49.67. Minus 24 is 25.67. Minus 12, 13.67. Minus, how much was pizza yesterday? 5, 4, 8.27. So I'll have money for coffee. How much was the other day? Not even Amazon. Listen, I've been HEB over on the west side of Amazon. What else? What else? What else? What else? Mhm. You can make everything you know, don't copy some myself, second myself. What else? This steals my money, gets in the way of me receiving money. Entonces, do people that he uses the money that he steals from me and takes them out dancing. I mean, tremendo salsero dance. Mira el video de cómo él me violó las tetas y me llevó a bailar y me llevó a comer en la casa de ella. They're, they're disgusting. Ew, 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 ew. And they think that one is going to put up to listen to that. I have much better time at the library. Doing nothing, just waiting to receive money. Making my plans for today, and I'm going to not today. What else? What else? What else? Because I get on today, and I have to like morning. So if I plan on like next weekend, I may be able to manage like eating a salad and a yogurt and even almost dessert brownies both days. And hang out at the Zen Library. Awesome. What else? What else? What else? Yes, was exposed my current so I don't O aplicación, anyone, but if anything, Ikemen that I've run into, they're really attractive physically, but they're not men. They hang out with illegal prostitutes that steal from you. They can way where you're saving money. So I wouldn't ever consider that like, oh, I think there's some things I could have been with them. And then I didn't date anyone new because these people stalk me. And then they go on to be like, I'm the best. Better than other fucking stuff. Alright, have a good day. Listen to you, Lonnie. That's to respect and privacy from that. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? So, and then he has a better option too. He says himself, yo tuviera hicimos 15 ya por 18 y ahora reducimos a 3 y después 24. There are rape visitors girls. Yeah, yeah. I'm bored. I am bored. OMG, all those Father's Days, Father Day pictures. What happened to the Blue Sky Design School? What happened to Blue Sky Design School? What is this? What else? Me robó el elástico, ¿no? O se lo devolvió a Edgar sin mi permiso and I paid for those supplies. Is he that dumb? Like, literally, lo dejaron gatear del telenovela, and by the time that they try to correct his behavior, he's like, I don't want to listen to you. I'm just going to do whatever they do in telenovelas. Did he traffic my belongings? Traffic me into poverty. I lost my apartment. I put my belongings in storage because I think for the storage unit, he gets in the way of me receiving money. And then he went on to buy my went on to buy here's a founder, not a portrait or former wrong. I read president. Anyway, cool. I may learn something from this person. That's why I follow some people. Like they might have a new perfume that they like, or there's a top that I like, or look at that place. Looks pretty for a picture. The outfit, so really. Anyways, what else? What else? What else? I'm bored. So, did he go on to traffic me into poverty, starvation, screaming? They can't pay for my storage unit belongings. Stole my elastic, my felt, and said, hey, get here. Te lo devolví porque esto tú se lo compraste a ella sin saber. Esto tú se lo compraste a ella para que tuvieras financial stability, lo que hizo fue perder el tiempo porque no tiene nada de dinero. So aquí te estoy devolviendo el material porque she's unworthy of that filth and that plastic, okay? Y ella dice tipo, esto no es mío, esto te... O sea, gracias, gracias, gracias. I explained to her one day why I saw her sudden now have her laugh together. And I look guilty as well, so they get possibly calling the police and say, I have this elastic and found in my home. Pero we don't hear the advert, get traffic early in the morning, and then God, her belongings are function. Oh, she's screaming and she's hurrying and needs those because she could have an shop if she had money from marketing. And I don't even knowing that that doesn't belong to me, just wrapped it up to me. Said, here, this belongs to you. So el girl's like, yo quiero que alguien se muera. Porque si alguien se entera de que I have her last name and felt how I'm going to talk. Porque I don't want to be mentioned. Well, even if I talk about it publicly, he's like, Exactly. I don't want to bring up Albert to her. Porque Albert me lo llevó mamando desde que Ali se fue de la casa. Y Ali has a crush on Albert. Y Ali y Albert no se casaron. So, yo creo que Ali se muere porque se le cortó de Albert, porque se me lo quita. O se enoja conmigo de que yo se lo llevo mamando a Albert desde 2017 también y se fue de la casa. Huh? Dear the floral or so girls. Yo, everything on this one, novela de Mona Feliz en la Ew, 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 ew. Oh, and I'm the one that's pouring on myself. The one that's pouring. And I'm the one doing the good. For real, it's amazing. I'm a victim of theft, not a lazy one. And even those have a right to reject. What? What? Anyways, I took a picture of a person. Where's that picture that I took of a book, something like that? What else? Unborn. I wrote money today. Was there a $25 minimum? Amount. Such puppies. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Yeah, I don't plan to remarry ever, so I'll probably be a member of USA until my death. What else? What else? Let me see. Let me see. No one knows. No one knows. Anyways, without trying to prove anything, that's my bank account, and that's a legit GoFundMe. And I don't need to hide my finances from them ever. And even if I did, that's up to me. These people are so gross, they're meddlers, disturbing. They're like, no, 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 destroy her blue sky designs, go business. Okay, there is that following her. They live together and she may be like, having cajitas. This should be. O quizás cuando él se vaya, se vaya de la vende la llave y dice, ay, yo no sé dónde se va ese zapato. Es cuanta basura vi con una telenovela, lo repite como si él fuera a witness of you doing that. What else? What else? What else? What else? He's the gaslighter, so girls trying to kill people all the time. Literally only wants to save his doctor that can give him pain medication or cough medicine. And everyone else is like, I'll kill that one, kill this one, kill this one, kill that one, kill this one. Ay, no, esta me cocina un arrocito tan bueno, esa no. Anyways, ¿qué más? Voy por ahí. Kill, 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 kill. Ay, este no, este escribió mi libro favorito. Kill, 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 kill. For no good reason. What else? 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 I didn't have to be honest eyesight when I was a toddler. Or not wanting getting close to me because I don't want to be the one killing you with my bare hands and stuff. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? He possibly mistook martial arts classes informally because were they not paid? With my dad say you two together, and I'm like 8 years younger, and where was the other one? I don't remember wearing a uniform, so I'm like, whatever, did that happen? And my dad said, kill him. And I put my foot over his Adam's apple, but I didn't. That may have been just martial arts class, and he's a very nervous kid. And says there was no instructor, they were trying to kill me. You know, like Gloria Mirza taught me how to make pasteles. And what is it? Bata pasada. And what is the other thing? Cazuela and morcilla. They could have been just teaching us self preservation, self defense, and just like my parents taught me how to wipe my own hands. He possibly was scared, like, are they trying to kill us? And it was just karate classes for fun and for protection. Like, whoa, just so that you can protect you and protect you one day if I need to. So he's literally trying to kill everyone because we learned karate around all the family. Origin is like slowly trying to kill us. What? What else? No, 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 estaba lindo. Someone says this, el tipo no hizo nada en toda la película que están nerviosos. It's the people say that. The original one, 1984. And I watched this first time. What is it? At 7:50, maybe by the year. Most of the watching. What else? What else? What else? What else? These people ruminating effort and stress over do we look rich or poor if we're at the movie theater, if we're creating it, what if I'm directing it, is my number, like, imagine there being a screen here, say right now my network. The way that they get nervous of is like, what if I step at the library? I must look at all the books. The cost of the books, what's the content? Well, just one house alone in that book is like billions of dollars. Like, that goes through my brain as I'm entering. But it doesn't stop me from enjoying the library. Some people have been programmed themselves to be like, oh no, I'm at Taco Bell, that's worth less than Starbucks or more than Starbucks. So right now, like, if someone sees me here, I'm gonna be seen as less than. But I really want this taco. I must eat this taco. I'm not gonna eat this taco. Fuck it, I'm heading to Starbucks because I look more expensive there. Yeah, instead of just enjoying life, who cares? Naturally, one should be wealthy enough already, and then any gift investment that one receives based on the top of the or Starbucks visit, it's a gift. So it shouldn't stress one out. What else? What else? What else? The way that they kill, rape, and steal is what creeps me out. Which to me, si yo lo fuera a pasar, it would be zero capital. And I love human capital. I'm like, I'll take the most good with the death penalty. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? And yes, I speak. What else? So I want to watch this movie. Okay, yes, I could be writing a script and selling it to someone, but maybe I'll walk out of here and a moviegoer will be like, I'll refund her what she paid for the movie and the popcorn she bought through a gift to her PayPal account or GoFundMe campaign. Or I'm just gonna talk to this. Some people create companies for that purpose too. They're like, well, I like own this restaurant. I'm gonna send them gift cards through myself, or I just email my assistant and say, I just saw so and so at the movie theater. Please go ahead and send her a gift card to that restaurant that I have, or ship her, ask her for her address, and ship her that new T-shirt that we just released on August 11th. I will make sure the T-shirts. What else? What else? What else do they kill? Because like we just want like high net worth people only, which makes them turn themselves into shit. Zero human capital, literally to me. Si yo tuviera que tasar a esto, oh, need it for something, I have. So to me, it's zero human capital because it tries so hard to stay expensive that it kills, rapes, and murders and steals. Full. Anyway, so I want to watch this. I see theater. I watched that Megan movie. It was so funny. Oh, too, like because I watched this into a serial killer. You've known by now porque estaría como Valeria. With that Valeria estaría montada en un bus como una loca. Looking for someone. O llamo muy seguido porque a dónde vamos. Prometo olvidarte, me olvidé ya de todo. Y voy a estar brutal. What else? What else? With killing that they just become stupid and do the wrong thing. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm born. You can decapitate government Herrero steals from me and steals from Jane and steals from King Money. You can decapitate Benjamin Suarez on his sons that rate. See how my money they get in the way of receiving when it's in my vehicle. Occupied versus which is in signature commander and the what else? What else? And third is like you know when the jacket wasn't exactly. So I will read the what else? So what is it possibly at the so the movie theater is a restaurant that's just natural. I don't need a companion. I think you go to restaurant and I'm masturbating to the thought of me other people that he wants to assign me. Have you heard them? I started screaming in 2020. Did I type that on Facebook? I'm like, por mi madre, que I'm never showing up to talk to those people that I grew up around. Si él se cree que I'm gonna let him assign una socia into my own art. What else? 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 One socia. When I'm selling my own artwork, para que yo me vean that I'm having sex with that person. or that I have sex alone. Okay, he's like, my girl from the Evans group needs to shine on something. So I must destroy her. So my girl from the Evans group shines with her tetas and her motherhood. And as an artist, my girl from the has to shine with her artwork and her tetas and her cooking. So I was discarding. So that my girl died of a son. Shines with her tetas and her artwork and her cooking. Es un puerco. Y él se cree que tú lo voy a sacar una cita. Está loco. Ew, ew, ew. Horrible. He's so gross. You can decapitate me having sons that make me this my money that give me the nursing money. You can decapitate a hydra that says that we go prostitute. You can decapitate the guy that I live in the group if she stays in my home with all my permissions, gets my vehicles, gets in the way, nursing money. What else? What else? I watched this movie. I make popcorn in large amounts. And I like cheddar popcorn mostly, not that fake flavor. So usually when I visit, if they go dating Kimani at a movie theater, like I get a few kernels of popcorn and a few kernels of popcorn and water for me. What else? 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 Snacks. You know, chicken tenders. I haven't had the sliders. Flatbread pizza, I think I've had. Cute that they have impossible nuggets. Pizza. I'm You can decapitate David Ledesma that raped me in 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020. You can decapitate Benjamin Sarason's sons that raped me the same money they get in the way of your same money. What else? 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 What are the treats? So sweet brown wheat. What else? 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 What's your carry out? What else? Where's the water? Money today. Where's the is that also like vending machines like less than water? What was the paper? Is that let's get the money today? Have more. More. Let's get the money today. Food. Theater. No one needs to give me permission from the television. Did my daddy have my mommy have the decoration? ¿Dónde carajo aquí dice? En ningún momento y nunca va a decir que el marido de una le tiene que decir dónde una puede ir cuando una no tiene marido. Esta gente son unos sobrados for self-assigned marido to violate her rights. They're like, she can't be there, she can't do that. Así es como el único logra que se le parece peneta. I am but then I'm reading this place and fine. Okay, cold stone. Dating a lot, I do that. Sometimes I go popcorn, but I usually take it home. Just not have what I can do. But sometimes we leave the movie theater, and I said, "Is it over to cold stone?" And that way, when I get home, I don't feel rushed into cooking like all of this stuff. It's been 2 hours without eating it. They were snacking, so I was like, what else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I like that brew service too. It's fun. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I am bored. Oh, that's my fandango. I've been told that I want to be inconvenienced in a few years to seek the death penalty for this, or do I want to? And that will be determined to me, or I'll start getting a bad looks like for a real dude. So that's why I heard that someone was trying to my face from like party time for a while. Trash and take out but it's invested in politics and I don't know today. I would be able to stand in a video like my little space is big enough to move and jump a little bit if I have to. If I should walk around study. I heard that what I'm being avoided of is like being very like 3 hours in court, seeking the death penalty for this, all lined up. I mean, like really, like así de ignorante. It doesn't take you serious. Well, if players show up in suits, in Camaro, in Chrysler, in Cadillac, Lincoln, que me roban to brag to the court. I heard, well, I don't have money for clothes or food. If this goes to trial, it has to show up so beautiful. No, yo me veo como maldita bastarda María del Barrio. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? That I know no, todos los días. La comida que comía durante el lunch break, que fue a lunch break. Y la gente que se acabó de zanahoria, lunch break, y el tiempo en el restaurante, sit the restaurant alone y clavarse un lugar. He was gonna walk in there. En Milán no solamente se le viene esta última hora que antes de comer un sándwich que le dé a la tarde. Yo con el dinero que le robo al hijo, hoy mismo, comí en este restaurante tampoco me clavé a una gente. What do you have to say? What else? What else? What else? What else? Even the host, they have it all planned out. They speak of it out loud. They're like, I want this to go to trial. That I get the death penalty para yo estar manejando o con un chofer el carro robado de ella, quedarnos en la casa que ella tiene. What else? What else? Mientras ella está huyendo de la. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. I need something. What is good to Fandango? A Minecraft movie. The amateur may watch. What else? How many dragons have I tried to train? Eat a giant girl. What else? 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 I release the please. Free movies too. Do I need to enter my credit card? I won't charge. What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. Who is there? I want to tan. What else? Materialist. I want to watch. What else? What else? What else? I want to watch this. So I'm heading over to Facebook and Twitter. Porque Edgar said marry to me. You can give me. Oh, I will get some Facebook networking. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? So I go to eat. And I treat myself always. So girls like me suffer when they're a victim of that. Look at these considerably headaches that steal from one want the sex scene all the time. So they're like literally I'm tired of masturbating to the point of masturbating. And I've seen it. I saw her masturbate when she was 5. So I can't even go on to say that she doesn't masturbate. Look, I'm bored. I'm afraid. Oh my god, because they're looking for porn to masturbate to illegally by starving one. So they get mad. Girls like me that are used to like being, I have money in my bank account, I'll treat myself and I'll treat my kids. Don't ever daydream of like, oh, if that guy would ever take me to this specific restaurant or that store specifically, that shit. So they get angry at people like me and they want to kill one. So gross. Ew, 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 ew. What else? What else? What else? The rest of the I take my stuff to my yacht. My money. And then I watch this movie in my apartment. No, I don't know somebody else in my apartment, so it's not that. Like, I was I didn't know what you wanted for a movie. What else? 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 I mean, who's gifting you money today? I know you are. What else? I'm no longer I didn't want to have to talk about mommy because it was with my mommy pero it gets on my nerves. Money that steals my home, steals my home. 5 years later, with an engagement ring. So he thinks I would be trapping to mirrors and the smarter than that. What else? 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 That's what the hooker tries to do. They hire people like Katie Leon. This little girl, why don't you try and live with it? Whatever you want. Trying to traffic one into a relationship that wants for them to not get the they're good. They're the what else? What else? What else? What else? It's always amazing and I don't get feedback ever. This setup and Lorenzo said to me that all I need is one screenshot from the people that have used it for the most part to show it to the police so that they investigate further if they feel like they so I love that I'm the poor when I'm doing the that's how it is for people that are just victims of being what goes on rejecting people like I'm poor and ew, 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 ew. No, there's a good anyway. So I want to I myself Right. Does one get to get like sorry, is there you're second to me. Oh, it's a gift. Like YouTube is giving away your favorite movie during this time. Natalie paid watch at the movie theater, rented it, or did what was it, Redbox, or did through pay per view, and then NBC some years later says, "Yeah, you're working on watching all the give you free when that's paid them." So, what else? What else? What else? What else? Gift, I think on YouTube. I don't need to go on to married to anyone. You're just going through the people to later explain some of the reason watching materialistic about those were born addicts, beware, they're sex addicts, spiritual people, they're terrorists, they're homeless. What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. I'm so bored. Also, did he go on a rampant pretending that he didn't know that we are funded her? He's like, let's think about with the money trying to rank me, trying to drop me into a relationship where I'm miserable just so that he can be out and about in a rose and be like, "Oh, baby." What else? 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 I'm bored. I'm bored. The way we're saving money, trying to lure me into conversations. So they want me to try to sell drugs for them because I'm very successful at everything that I never connect them in. I'm bored. I'm saying, ways I just called Jada, I called Kim. Neither one of them answered. What else? What else? What else? What else? Started like through Instagram and Gmail. What else? What else? Wait, what question? What question? I have not made an effort to help you. To what for? But she's trying to reach me. Is that where I go into? She really don't do it. That's why she's not running to the office. coming to me, but this one is like, who is what is hungry? No, oh, pero es de la viejita or the girlfriend that could never have it with a little nice. Ooh, no, viejita. So, what else was your first so much of this behind me? So, was my other to start when you transportation and then the was oh no, no, what else? Lucía Martín. A ver, let me tell you. What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. Will they bribe the guys? Oh, we didn't need to. Those kids don't have to be bribed. I'm getting to get figures to the other papa. And then you started to do money, okay? They're disgusting. So, yeah, they don't even know where to go. They just hang out together. I guess like they don't know what Tinder is, like they don't know what this particular stuff is about. What no más cabeza. That asco. What else? What else? What else? When I'm financially stable, plan to travel, plan to be quite beautifully. I'm missing. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. What else? I'm bored. I am bored. Starving right now. And I don't want you can decapitate me. I mean, so this one the sons are rape me to steal my money to get in the way of your same money so I can't tan. So that no one out there is like, Arlene's tanning today in her apartment. Yeah. He wants to be like, I'm tanning. Fuck me. Es un asco, cuero. Basura, basura. Lleva violando por más de 30 años. Un puerco asqueroso. Me roba mi dinero so I can't date him and then gets in the way of me receiving money and steals from me so I can't date anyone at all for him to be the face of his piss me, piss me. He's a porn addict, he's a sex addict. So, what else? I'm bored. What else? What else? Give me money. I want coffee today and What else? 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 I'm bored. I'm bored. So this is exactly what it looks like. The kidnapper being present in this forget it, and I was present. I was laughing. I thought Sonia Galacha was fighting over her. I thought Eric Agartha was fighting over David mistake. I thought Grace is fighting over the David mistake. Who had raped me most recently and possibly provided them with my new pictures so you can decapitate Domino Grace. You can decapitate Bernardo B. You can decapitate Sonia Galacha Chapman. You can decapitate Jorge Avilés. You can decapitate David Ledesma. That raped me. You can decapitate Benjamin Suarez sons that raped me and steal my money to get in the way, rape me money to steal my vehicles and steal my home. I cause for people to rape me so that I'm not having a good time with my vagina or with a penis or a vagina that were like, they're disgusting, so no envidioso basura. Ew, 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 no, what? I'm bored. And it's like pink to the water, you know? It's like, two people. I was I'm gonna eat something more that and coffee. And I don't know. Well, my siblings wanna show me like donde Andrew le mete el pene instead of me. For what reason? I have a relationship with him, and even if I had, I wouldn't want to know where he puts his penis ever. They steal, they murder, they rape, and then they want to be like, so you couldn't get laid yesterday night. No, I don't use the word fighting. People que no le importa a uno un carajo lo que hacen con su vida, other than stop stealing from me, stop getting in the way of your money, and stop trying to rape me, stop trying to kill me. Quieren darse importancia de enseñarle a uno lo que hacen con su vida. No, no es cool. It's not the same as posting life on Instagram. They want to keep paying onto one of that kind of thing. Ew. What is a racist dude? Ew, yeah, and when they show me pictures or videos of them putting their penises in people's throats, like I don't want to be a rape victim. They're like, I'm just gonna be with Baby Boy first whenever you're ready to step in, or you step in. On Fridays, I'm cooking this today, on Wednesday, I'm cooking this today, on this on Tuesdays. I know all the skills. Se hace el elevador entero, la rutina entera, 18 pisos. Traté en 3 pisos también what else what they're doing promoting themselves as a legal male. They realize something. And I don't do that. I don't hire illegal male prostitutes. That's not date material. Que yo sé bailar con ella los viernes, step in at any time, blah, 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 blah. And I'm looking for serious inquiries only or nothing at least. What else? What else? What else? Pizza by myself sounds so amazing. A lot of things. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. Anyways, there's a what? I'm I don't know anything else about these individuals. I don't go on seeking anything about their personal life. So if they murder someone and the cops are looking for him, I wouldn't know. There's or stole from. What else? What else? What else? Like the prostitutes son tan bajo mundo de con fotos publicadas en Facebook. Que ayer él mató a esta persona y que tiró fotos y todo. Try to get it. Listen, they're disgusting. Ew, so embarrassing, so gross. For people that I never think about. Se creen que I talk about them to people, that I bring them up, that I make plans, like había esa movie Megan. Ojalá hubiese visto con uno de estos. Nunca. Ni con J.D. Money, I don't make plans unless I'm with them in the moment, or I know that they're gonna be with me. Not Yes. La voy a hacer. Y que una vez, pero mi vida, la dinero, la dinero. Regalado, la de la cuando mi mamá la pinta con un they want to see them you're very good. I'm never gonna start eating prostitutes. I'm talking about behind closed the Justice Department in the United States. Who else? The International Criminal Court. What else? 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 O se cree que la única mujer que puede respetar es su madre. Porque no, Dios is gonna give her that gift. Porque cuántos dolores de cabeza le da eso. Being like el amor mío por ti no tiene, ¿cómo se dice? No tiene precio. So I'm only gonna behave good for my mom. Every other woman I hate. Or three or four. Pero Alex may be like, yeah, 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 I told you that was the last time. Lord. Oh my goodness. Clean about clean. Es importante que la estemos supervisando. Ajá, a ver si se me sale una taza por la camiseta. Does it bother them that I'm not showing cleavage, ladies and gents? They're like, I'm tired of her t-shirt. Look. I'm tired of her t-shirt. Look, where are her boobs? So the fabric that he stole from me is like, he's like, I just turned it into the same top we were in the what? He's a bigot trying to make me sound like less than. It's una vergüenza how he tries to make people be less than y el que es less than él. Why is that so hard for them to understand? That many women laugh, but then literally when I need to join bands, I'm not gonna charge you memberships. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? So, what was I saying? Oh, that as the girl that didn't have a set of grandparents while growing up, it's important that I show to people that I'm responsible and that I paid for that t-shirt. That is it's just behind diarrhea of the mouth always. What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. Fit makeup. Who is a podcast still? What else? What else? I'm bored. What else? Who follows? Who is Kevin Curry following? Sure, sure. How do I not message this person? My GoFundMe campaign. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. I did I send? No, I didn't send. A random picture. What else? What else? What else? How's it when it what else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Who is your name? What else? What else? What else? No underscore first. What else? 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 So that they stopped Pastor Yeager after more than 5 years of me posting my bank account numbers online. And they're like, okay, okay, quedó confirmado, gente. So some like 50 years after none of us are gonna survive. Not even him. Have you heard people speak like that? It's like you have 5 seconds to trust the person, literally. And then anything after that, you have to deal with it with respect and law in mind. Pero de eso es literally like flip one inside out, se ve la foto del culo, el color del negocio, no te lo has visto todavía que okay, it's a porn addict, it's a sex addict. So in conversation was initiated in sex possibly since he was a baby, so it's like hey, he's a porn addict. Like, hey, who wants to kill. When people say there's rehabilitation, there's not stopping, there's forgiveness. It starts with yourself. No, I hate everyone that went near my penis when I was a child because I didn't want to be in those arguments. I'm gonna kill them. I'm gonna kill them. I'm gonna kill them. That's not good manners. That's not best practice. That's not my anything. What else? What else? What else? So where was I with this good money? Because you've never been there. If you must go, Jade, and neither of you. In my family, we were like any family like you and I, we do thought provoking decades ago. The cuerdos ones and the cuerdas one. You know, like how your words go, like, what was your favorite part of school today? And seeing this they showed about this and this and that conversation, like, oh my god, check out this video on YouTube. It's so much fun. Wanna watch 15 minutes of Foster's whatever gumbo together. It's not fun. So these people don't think like normal people, they think sex first. So they try everything that's related to sex before getting to the regular part of their day, which is seems like it's never. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? And that is why. Did I kill any for my property? No, I did not cry. Floor, I had to buy like how many different ones to see which one do you want in there. Sometimes it's so I'm going to continue doing this, even though I penalty for the people and steal from me to life every day if I have to. What else? If some of those people were around and then they record themselves thinking that they were like great porn. Mhm. Well, yes. I purposely miss that they laugh at me and be like, "Te puedes grabar ahora, no, que vi tus news en Facebook que lo publicaste. Pero yo no voy a dejar de dinero para un date more than you can. Date people que se cree que va como de basement. Ha pasado de todo. Tú, a la que hace progreso. Tuviste en la casa de los cucarachos que dejaron like, un puntito así. Él se cree que lo hace cada 10 años, cada 30 años, hasta llegar a mi vagina with me vuelve. Es bruto, un cuerpo. So, él se cree que jugaba insulto cada vez que ve algo de mí. I'm closer to him taking me on all day. Y que yo quiero que lo mate, que se mate. Ew, I mean, I mean that. Like, that's not maybe it's sarcastic. Ew, 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 ew. Masturbation is taking, I'm gonna take it all day or probably through. Ew, todo asqueroso. That's a huge no no for me. and they don't make him look any attractive. So they want to kill me because they're like, but if he's with me and I'm gonna go past you to put it down, okay. What else? What else? They're like, so 77%. More pollution. I want to financially. Medicando capitale non solo sensazioni glory, negoziazione non invenzione di controllo, controllo sulla regione famiglia. Sharing this is with reviews that I'm going through is important. I've heard of very lovely life to get into this journey. So it's been like it's 9 a.m. and I'm here for testifying. So that's basically what I'm doing multitasking. My myself while having the behind the let me get I like asked like she's like for 700 anything to entertain myself. That's what if you just touching them wouldn't be controlled. Is it a better activity than getting sexual harassment following an hour a day if I needed to encourage you to forget a text you if you need to. What else? What else? I'm bored. I'm seeking the death penalty for everyone that steals from me, everyone that gets in the way of receiving money, everyone not to for credit. So I'm receiving money so that there's no answers. Real murder too. So it's not like this maybe yeah. We think they're above the world population, right? the YouTube or Facebook. So they those people that are in the World Health Organization don't like they publicly sexually harass people on YouTube porque they think it's not even a bet on him for him to take the risk. They have a hate crime with humans over. What else was ahora tengo que find so all these people are like them, dale, que lesionada, violada, blah, 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 tanto that she won't ever date again. She won't want to be on Tinder. She won't want her kids back with her. She'll give up on life, hopefully. Dale, que lesionada, entonces no te todo de eso. Dale. So then, they will meet up with things things that the village trust works together. If he's married to her, he can respect people to social media in Zuckerberg's life. Ele é um puerco. Ew. So my guess is that Mark Zuckerberg went on to lobby for his CEO position. Look at that, it's a very dangerous position. Look at me. When one equality in mind. So he lobbied in Puerto Rico as if there are people there that are tercermundistas rules when it's not even a tercermundista country. So these people go around bragging all over Puerto Rico, other places. They're like, I don't need to behave on Facebook when it starts. So I heard that decades ago, so I don't need feedback from them ever. What else? What else? So they go on to disrespect and they say yo me comporto en la casa de mi marido como me dé la gana. So I'm laughing if Mark Zuckerberg basically just got hostage, taken in different places of the planet by those people that go on saying like, but I'm married to Mark Zuckerberg. But those people that never for the most part, they think that they're so really that if you're ready for the building, smoking, raping, innocent from people that they're going to be doing exchange. So, so maybe for people to get well, hundreds are in my family origin.